Okay, yesterday we were studying about the terms related to spherical lenses. Two types of spherical lenses here we have studied, convex and concave lens. Convex lens, which is thicker in the middle and thinner at the edges, whereas concave lens is the one which is thinner in the middle and thicker at the edges. Okay, some terms related to the spherical lenses we have studied. Optical center, which is the central point of the lens, and any ray of light passing through which is passing through the optical center, it goes without deviation, that is, it goes without bending. Okay, then principal axis is a straight line which is passing through the optical center and joining both the centers of curvatures. Okay, or you may say that it is passing through the optical center and perpendicular to both the faces of the lenses. Okay, this straight line we call it as principal axis. Aperture is the effective diameter of the lens. Now the next term is principal focus. Principal focus, which is represented by capital F. Principal focus represented by capital F. Okay, a straight line which is passing through the optical center and perpendicular to both the faces, this line we call it as principal axis. Okay, now a parallel beam of incident light, that is the rays which are parallel to each other. Okay, the incident light is a parallel beam of light. Parallel beam of light means the incident rays are parallel to each other and they are parallel to the principal axis. Now after refraction, now one more thing, here it will bend at one of the first phase, then it will bend at the second phase. Okay, but while drawing the ray diagram, we can bring the rays, the incident rays to the center, and then we can bend it. So these rays, this parallel beam of incident light, after refraction, all these refracted rays meet at a point on the principal axis. This point is called as the principal focus. So a parallel beam of incident light after refraction meets at a point on the principal axis on the other side, or you may say they converge at a point on the principal axis. This point is called as the principal focus of convex lens. Now let's see for a concave lens. Concave lens, which is thinner in the middle and thicker at the edges. So a parallel beam of incident light, after refraction, these rays will diverge away from each other. These rays will move apart from each other. Okay, these are the refracted rays which are moving apart from each other. When extended backwards, they all appear to come from a point. They all appear as if they are coming from a point. They are diverging from a point on the principal axis. This point is called as the principal focus of concave lens. So a parallel beam of incident light after refraction appears to diverge from a point on the principal axis. Okay, this point is called as the principal focus of concave lens. Here you can see that the principal focus of the convex lens is on the other side, whereas the principal focus of the concave lens is on the same side. From where the incident rays are coming, the principal focus is on the same side. Okay, so a general definition of principal focus can be defined as a parallel beam of incident light after refraction either actually meets at a point on the principal axis, in the bracket you can write down convex lens, or appears to diverge from a point on the principal axis. Okay, in case of a concave lens, this point is called as the principal focus. Okay, now draw both the diagrams. Write the term principal focus and draw both the diagrams. First for the convex lens. Okay, now here convex lens is converging the rays. It is converging all the refracted rays. So this lens is also called as the converging lens. Why? Because it is converging the rays. Concave lens is diverging the rays. So that is why concave lens is also called as the diverging lens. Draw both the figures. For the convex lens, draw the parallel incident rays which are parallel to the principal axis, and after refraction, they all will meet at a point on the principal axis which is on the other side. Draw for the concave lens, parallel beam of incident light, rays. Ray diagram means the rays are very important, and how will you show the rays? By drawing the arrows on it. So these are the incident rays and these are the refracted rays. Draw both the figures. Okay, then we'll define principal focus, write its definition. Write down. Draw the figure. Okay, and then below the convex lens you can write it as converging lens. Below the concave lens it could be written as diverging lens. So convex lens is also called as the converging lens. Concave lens is also called as the diverging lens. Write down a parallel beam of incident light. A parallel beam of incident light after refraction either actually meets at a point on the principal axis, Okay, then in the bracket you can write down convex lens. In the bracket write down convex lens or appears to diverge from a point on the principal axis. In the bracket write down concave lens. This point is called as the principal focus. Write down as convex lens converges the rays. So it is also called as converging lens. Whereas a concave lens diverges the rays, so is also called as diverging lens. Okay, write the next term, focal length. Focal length, which is represented by small f. Principal focus we represent it by capital F, and focal length is represented by small f. Okay, now what is the focal length? The distance of the principal focus from the optical center. That is the distance between O and F. This distance between O and F, we call it as the focal length. So write down focal length. Next term. Write down the distance of the focus, from the optical center. The distance of the focus from the optical center is called as focal length. Okay, in case of spherical mirrors, we have seen that the focal length is half of the radius of curvature, but here it is not so. Okay, here you can't say that the focal length is half of the radius of curvature, because these two surfaces may not be equally curved. The center of curvature of the first surface may be far away, whereas the center of curvature of the second may be closer to the optical center. So this equation is not valid over here. Okay, what we used for the mirrors, focal length half of the radius of curvature, here we cannot use it. Okay, instead when we draw the ray diagrams, when we draw the image formation for the ray diagrams, we'll mark a point 2f, double the focal length. Okay, when we'll study, then I'll let you know. Here f, this is the principal focus, we'll mark a point 2f which will be double the focal length. Okay, this 2f is not equal to the radius of curvature. It may be, it may not be. Okay, so we won't take it as radius of curvature. We'll mark a point 2f which will be double the focal length. Okay, when we study the image formation, then again I'll explain that. Okay, so here we have studied the terms related to the spherical lenses. What is a spherical lens? It is made up of some transparent material which is having two surfaces. One of them should be curved. Okay, one surface should be essentially curved. Okay, but if both are curved, then we call it as the double convex or the double concave lens, or simply we can call it as the convex or concave lens. So both the surfaces are curved. Two types of lenses, convex lens and the concave lens. Convex lens, few terms, optical center we have studied. Optical center is the central point of the lens, we call it as the optical center. Okay, then we have studied about principal axis, straight line passing through the optical center and perpendicular to both the faces. It's perpendicular to both the curved surfaces. This straight line passing through the optical center, we call it as principal axis. Okay, aperture, the effective diameter of the lens. Principal focus, parallel beam of incident light after refraction either actually converges at a point on the principal axis which is on the other side in case of a convex lens, or appears to diverge from a point on the principal axis which is on the same side. Okay, so convex lens, as it is diverging the rays, it's also called as the diverging lens, and convex lens is called as the converging lens. Okay, so these few terms. Okay, now before studying the image formation, we'll study some rules to form this image. Okay, so rules for image formation. Write the heading, rules for image formation. Okay, 3 rules here we are going to study. So these rules are very, very important for forming the image. So write down rules for image formation. Write the first rule. Any ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis, this line we know is the principal axis. Any ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus, passes through the principal focus on the other side in case of a convex lens. Let's see in case of a concave lens. A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis. It appears to pass through the focus. It appears to pass through the focus. Okay, so a ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis actually passes through the focus on the other side in case of a convex lens, or appears to pass through the focus in case of a concave lens which is lying on the same side. Okay, so first rule, write down a ray of light. First write down, then you will draw the figure. Write down a ray of light parallel to the principal axis, a ray of light parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through the focus on the other side, in case of a convex lens, whereas appears to pass through the focus, in case of a concave lens. Now draw both the figures. Convex lens, draw the incident ray parallel to the principal axis, and from where will you bend? From the center of this lens. Yes, some misbehaving students. Please put your audio off. Put your audio off. Okay, here, once I see the gallery view, I'll come to know who is the one. Will be removed from the class forever. So don't do such things. Okay, so draw both the figures. Convex lens, concave lens. Incident ray parallel to the principal axis. Actually, it will bend at both the surfaces. But while drawing the ray diagram, bring it to the center and then bend it. It will pass through the focus on the other side. Here, it will appear to pass through the focus. This is the actual refracted ray. It appears to pass through the focus on the same side. Okay, write the second. First, I'll explain you, then you can write down. Okay, a ray of light which is passing through the principal focus. Now the incident ray is passing through the principal focus. Any ray of light which is passing through the principal focus after refraction, this is the incident ray. After refraction, it becomes parallel to the principal axis in case of a convex lens. Whereas in case of a concave lens, a ray of light which is appearing to pass through the focus. It's not actually passing through the focus. It is appearing to pass through the focus. This ray of light will become parallel to the principal axis. So a ray of light which is appearing to pass through the focus will become parallel to the principal axis. Okay. So a ray of light which is actually passing through the focus becomes parallel to the principal axis in case of a convex lens. A ray of light which is appearing to pass through the focus after refraction becomes parallel to the principal axis in case of a concave lens. So write the second rule. Write the second one. A ray of light passing through the principal focus or appearing to pass through the principal focus write in the bracket concave lens, or appearing to pass through the principal focus concave lens, bracket में write in the bracket concave lens, after refraction becomes parallel to the principal axis, Okay, so the second rule is a ray of light which is passing through the principal focus in case of a convex lens. So in the bracket you can write down convex lens, or appearing to pass through the focus in case of a concave lens. So in the bracket you can write down concave lens. After refraction becomes parallel to the principal axis. So the second rule is a ray of light passing through the principal focus, convex lens, or appearing to pass through the focus, concave lens, after refraction becomes parallel to the principal axis. Draw both the figures for the convex lens and for the concave lens. Here the ray of light, incident ray, is passing through the focus. So after refraction it has become parallel to the principal axis. This ray of light is appearing to pass through the principal focus, becomes parallel to the principal axis. Draw both the figures. Then one more rule is there. Drawn the figure. Okay, now the third rule. It states that a ray of light which is passing through the optical center goes without deviation. Without deviation means without bending. All these rays bend at both the surfaces. Okay, but when we draw the ray diagram, we'll bend only at the midpoint of the lens or only at the center of the lens. Okay, but a ray of light which is passing through the optical center goes straight without bending, whether it is a convex lens or a concave lens. So any ray of light which is passing through the optical center goes straight without bending. So write the third rule. Write the third one. A ray of light passing through the optical center. A ray of light passing through the optical center goes straight or passes straight without any deviation. Passes straight without any deviation. Okay, without any deviation means without bending. So passes straight without bending. So these are the three rules. Draw the third figure. By the time I'll take your attendance.